There. It's time now to take a look at what's been grabbing headlines here in France. I'm joined on set by Florence Villeminot. Florence, lots of focus, of course, on that missing EgyptAir jet.
That's right. Le Parisien focuses on some of the passengers on board today. Let's take a look at the front page. They talk about the broken lives of the EgyptAir flight there. 66 people were on board, 56 passengers, 7 crew members, and 3 security personnel. Now, most of the people on board were from Egypt and France, and Aujourd'hui en France has some portraits. You can see here they're talking about families torn apart, and the 2 people you can see in the photo there are actually father and son, Pierre and Quentin, who were traveling together to Egypt.
And while the massive search is underway to find the plane, the big question, of course, is what caused it to tumble out of the skies?
That's right. Now, no hypothesis is being ruled out, but Le Figaro focuses on what Egyptian authorities have said, and that's that the plane was more likely to have been brought down by a terrorist attack than a technical fault. You can see here Le Figaro talking about the terrorist hypothesis certainly being favored for the moment. Libération, however, points out that for now, there are more questions than answers, and you can see their front page here talking about radio silence for the moment.
And Libération is also pointing out that this is clearly a massive blow for Egypt.
That's right. Now, tourists, particularly Russian tourists, have really been turning their backs on Egypt ever since a Metrojet airline carrying 224 people, mainly Russian tourists, was brought down over the Sinai Desert in 2015 after a bomb exploded on board. Now, experts say that tourism has dramatically dropped in Egypt ever since that incident back in 2015. Experts say tourism has dropped 45% since this time last year. And actually, if you look at the flight that went down yesterday, there were 56 passengers on board, but the total capacity of the plane is 180. So you can see it's not even half full there going to Egypt. Now, this has had devastating knock-on effects for the Egyptian economy in general, and it could, of course, get worse if this terrorist hypothesis is confirmed. You can see here Libération saying that tourism in 2016 could be quite sinister in Egypt.
And also some papers are saying that there could be an impact on French tourism.
That's right. If, once again, that terrorist hypothesis is confirmed, the plane did leave from Paris, could be a serious security breach here in Paris, so that could have knock-on effects as well. Of course, French tourism already took quite a hit following the terrorist attacks last year in January and November. This is the front page of La Croix, the Catholic paper that says, look, for now, we don't know why the plane went down. Now is the time for the investigation. But in its editorial, La Croix says, we clearly are living in a new time, and we have to learn to live with risk, the risk of a terrorist attack in our everyday lives. And La Croix says the priority for authorities is to ensure our safety, but we as a nation must also thrive for peace between the different populations around the Mediterranean.
Okay, let's move on to some other news now. And social unrest in France is also grabbing headlines. Wednesday, we saw those quite terrifying pictures of a police car being set on fire.
That's right. Now, that happened next to a demonstration that was taking place. There were several demonstrations on Wednesday at Place de la République in Paris. You had police officers actually demonstrating against what they call anti-police hatred that they feel that's been rising in France in recent weeks and months. And there was a parallel demonstration against police violence that has also taken place during those demonstrations against the government's plan to reform the labor code. And it was during one of these anti-police violence demonstrations that kind of got out of hand that this police car was set on fire. It really striking a photo there on the front page of Le Monde that says that the police is being targeted. This is a direct challenge of the authority of the government, according to Le Monde, the government which is facing a growing wave of violence, according to Le Monde.
And lots of French papers this morning focusing or asking the question, who could be behind this violence?
That's right. In France, lots of people say they are casseurs. This is like the kind of catch-all term that describes the people who tend to take advantage of demonstrations to just fight with police and break things. But who are these casseurs? Well, you can read more about it in Le Parisien. It's quite a motley crew. You have a lot of left-wing anarchist groups, anti-globalization groups, but then you also have kids from the inner-city projects, les banlieues in France. But what's clear is that the violence has gotten so bad that it's actually overshadowed the purpose of the demonstrations, which is to try and stop that government reform to the labor code. Lots of papers are saying that les casseurs are really stealing the spotlight and making people forget that the real reason those demonstrations are taking place isn't to fight with police, but to try and stop this reform.
And finally, Florence, you have a story about cigarettes.
That's right. Cigarette packs in particular. Starting today, all cigarette manufacturers in France will have to create neutral packages for cigarettes. Now, this is a very controversial bill that's been put in force today. And these packs of cigarettes are going to make you scared, according to Aujourd'hui en France, Le Parisien. You can see they have an example here of what these cigarette packs are going to look like. The idea is to make them very ugly.
Really scary, actually.
Really scary. Oh, God, that photo is horrible.
Let's move it. Move on.
The idea is to make these packs ugly to try and make smoking less attractive and to help people kick the habit. So you're going to have these horrible photos on the front page there with these messages that you already have on cigarette packs, cigarettes kill, etc. And these will be the only packs you'll be able to buy starting on January 1st, 2017. So between now and then, you'll get a mix and match of these two packs.
All the more reason to stop smoking, I guess.
All the more reason to stop smoking. We'll have to see if it works.
Florence, thanks very much. Taking a very quick break now, but don't go anywhere. I'm back with more world news and headlines after this very short break. Do stay with us.